Hey, it's Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is October 29th, 2023. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Thank you all for watching the video. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It does help me out a lot, and I do appreciate it. So thank you for taking the moment to do that. Also, find me on Twitter or X at Alpha Charts 365. And I share things all day long, every day, basically, with people that follow me on there. So I think it's worth it. And if you really like my stuff, I do offer a subscription service on the through Twitter, through X. It's $10 a month, give you guys a ton of value. Basically, it's a full, it's what you would expect from a much bigger service, but it's only $10 a month. So it's a great deal. So consider that too, again, at Alpha Charts 365. All right, getting into the video here. Here's the SPY up here, and we see that we have lost the 200-day and everything is moving lower. So there is a bearish look to the chart. There's no doubt about that. So I have about 10 names that are holding up pretty well. And if things got too extended to the downside, we see some kind of relief, then these may do well as well. So let's talk about that. First is, again, I go into much more detail and all this stuff with subscribers, but you guys get the Cliff Note version. Here's gold. So gold looks amazing. It has this kind of inverse head and shoulder bottom-ish look to it. Big shakeout right there. And this is a big area. Now, this 190-ish area is a big area, but when we go back, let's go to a monthly chart. Let's look how big this area is. So it started in 2011, right? That's 12 years ago. And this is what it looks like now. Does it need to be symmetrical? I mean, it'd be nicer if it was, but I don't think it has to be. But again, if it can break out, this base is just absolutely gigantic. So gold is something that we have to be aware of and watch. What else do we have here? MNSO, it's a Chinese merchant, I believe, store. And you see how it's just holding up really, really well. Kept its 50-day above the 50-day, has this kind of little, I could probably move this over here. And if it breaks the trend line, I think that's where I would consider it. If it loses the 50-day, no reason to be involved. So that looks pretty good. Again, know your earnings dates. Some of them have it coming up sooner, some not. This is a couple of weeks, so it'd probably be okay. FRO. We've talked about this multiple times. Broke out from this, cup and handle type of bottom. Broke out, very nice, came back. This is just a normal retest and started to move higher again. Looks fantastic. Marine shipping has a lot of strength in it. And this is no different, right? Looks very, very strong. Again, any touch of this shorter moving average, and I think that could be potential buys as we see it's respecting it. Ego, this is a gold miner. They don't look quite as good as gold, but some of them are starting to. So you see this one isn't quite bullishly aligned yet, but it did break this downtrend line and is trying to move higher on big volume. Earnings is out of the way already. That's kind of nice to see. Maybe it just moves up to $12. Maybe we get more than that out of it, right? It may just be completing the space, right? Maybe this is some kind of, again, inverse head and shoulders, and this is the right shoulder. And just kind of show you guys, not that you need it, but right, that's a big inverse head and shoulders, bottom. 2 years in the making, not bad, right? If this confirms, looks pretty good. What else do we have here? WFRD, it's an oil and gas name. Again, it's been on my list in the past. I've been in this one in the past. I have no position right now, but look how nice it's holding up. And you see that they're defending the 50-day right here, which is very nice. Again, nice accumulation on there. So it looks pretty good. Again, has a bottoming look, a little looser than what it's been here, but very easy to manage risk, right? If it gets below, $90.50 or so, then there's no reason to be involved in this particular name. AVPT. This is a data processing service. Again, had this kind of little breakout here, and now it's kind of just making a base on base. Again, 50 days is what I was used, $6.86, something like that. And then position accordingly, right? Because that's a decent, distance right there. So you may want position size smaller. It's also, a lower price name as well as liquidity goes. It's only trades about 500,000 shares a day. So that's AVPT. AEO. This is a clothing store. A lot of you may know that. It kind of had this kind of base. It broke out. And now it's just kind of, again, basing on base. So it gives us a nice place to manage risk, right? If it starts breaking, you use a 50-day because it seems like that's what it's starting to respect, right? If it breaks the 50-day, there's no reason to be involved in this name, which is about 5.5% lower. That makes sense to me, right? And that's a decent risk reward and nice accumulation showing up here. And it's just a base, right? Again, not only do we have the 50-day lining up with also the supply zone. URBN, again, another clothing store. It peaked over here, came back, and now is trying to make its base and starting to, again, align bullishly. If it can get over this 3450-ish area, I think it makes sense to be along the name. If it doesn't, then there's no reason to be along the name. That's where I would manage risk. Now, we said that coming in today that things weren't looking hot. So inverse ETFs are a possibility too, right? So SPXS, right, which is short the S&P 500, triple leverage, know what you're buying, right? It's going to move much faster in both directions. So we had a strong move. Wouldn't mind seeing some sort of pullback and then a breakout, right? Let the moving averages catch up. Nice, volume coming in here. Again, we may get a move back. So it may not hit this week, but just be aware of that. And then, of course, short the Qs. That's the other option. This one had, look, higher lows each time, and then it broke out. So this is a nice little VCP type action right there. It broke out. Again, we may get some sort of snapback, let the moving averages catch up, and then a move higher. So there you go. There's 10 names, both on the long and short side. Hope this finds you well. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do appreciate that. And again, on Twitter or X at AlphaCharts365. Please check me out there as well. All right. Take care and have a good week.